What is up, YouTube? How's everybody doing? Hope everyone's doing well. This is Magneon, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. First of all, happy 2025. This is the first video of the year. Meant to do it earlier, but, was procrastinating on what to make the video about. Anyway, today's video, I'm going to be giving my most controversial music production take. You want to know what that take is? Vital. That free, very flashy wavetable synth that everybody has been freaking out about for, I think, the past, 4 years, something like that. People online to this day in the music production community just worship this synth. They think it is the best thing since Jesus H. Christ, and it's apparently better than Serum. And I gotta tell you, I think it's fucking garbage. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration. I don't actually think that Vital is garbage, but I do think it is extremely overrated. And I have some gripes with it that I want to share with you guys today because I'm a part of that minority opinionated group where there's a lot of people, who think that, it's the best synth in the world. And I'm here just kind of in that little group where, nah, I really don't think that. And yeah, I just want to share that opinion with y'all because it's annoying the crap out of me persistently. And I see day to day people posting online on Reddit, YouTube, that Vital is just the best synth. It's better than Serum. You're missing out if you don't use Vital and you're still using Serum. You are underneath a rock, and it's just like, what did I miss? What did I miss, man? Like, I don't know what I missed. Maybe we'll try and find out today, but this is mostly just kind of a ranting video. Let's dive right into it. All right, so here we are on Ableton Live. Now, let's go load up Vital. Right up in here. Yeah, for those of you who maybe aren't aware, Vital is 100% free, which I gotta give it to them. That is probably the best thing going for it. It is a free synth, minus the fact that there are paid options for it. Apparently, if you pay $80, you get all the preset packs. And you also get unlimited access to the text to wavetable option, which is very strange, but I don't know why that's the only kind of limited feature in the free version. Maybe it's because it uses AI or something. I really don't know. But yeah, if you pay $80 or whatever amount, you get unlimited access to this wavetable synth that just can say things like... Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, other than that, I gotta tell you, there are some other redeeming qualities of it. I will admit it. Yeah, there's 3 full-fledged oscillators. Serum only has 2. There's 3 full-fledged filters. Serum, again, only has 2. And then the last but not least, yeah, the wavetable editor is pretty intuitive. You gotta be a fucking algebra nerd to be able to understand Serum's wavetable editor. This is very straightforward. You can add a modifier, do stuff like this. You know what? I gotta be honest. I actually haven't really delved too much in depth with the wavetable editor. So maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but it makes a whole lot more sense than other ones that I've used. So anyway, but that's about it where it ends for me. That's kind of where the fun stuff ends for me when it comes to Vital. There's not really a whole lot else going for it that makes me think it's better than Serum. And yeah, maybe I just haven't delved into as much depth as I probably could. I gotta be honest, I'm not the most nerdy sound designer on the planet. I don't make very technical sounds, and I don't delve into insanely creative and thought-provoking sound design. I'm not really like that. So, I mean, in that case, this is just kind of from that perspective. Now, let's start by getting into the negatives. I want to show you guys something that you can make inside of Serum. So let's start with that. So let's go load up Serum right here. Watch this. Pay close attention to what I'm doing here. So this is just the initialized preset here in Serum. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with a basic shapes on oscillator A, and then on oscillator B, I'm going to do another basic shapes. And then I'm going to change oscillator B's wavetable to a triangle wave here. And then I'm going to put the level all the way down. And then I'm going to turn on the sub oscillator, and I'm going to turn on I'm going to change it to a square wave. And then I'm going to put the level all the way down on that. And then I'm going to also make sure the randomized phase is all the way down to 0 here. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is on oscillator B, I'm gonna put this up 2 octaves. And then on the sub oscillator, I'm gonna put this down 4 octaves, okay? Now, this is the important part. We're gonna go into the warp menu, and we're gonna select FM from B for oscillator A. We're gonna turn it up to like 11 o'clock kind of deal, 10, 11 o'clock. And then for oscillator B, we're gonna go down here, we're gonna select FM from sub, and we're gonna do the same thing. Now, what I'm gonna do here now is I'm gonna show you guys what sound this makes, and I want you to pay close attention to what this sounds like, okay? So let's play it, 3, 2, 1. So that sound might be familiar to some people. That is what I like to call kind of the telephone bass. This is a really popular sound you might be hearing inside of like dubstep these days. I've used this sound a lot in some of my songs. I like to use this as like a kind of background sustain layer. But anyway, really cool sound. And it's really easy to make inside of Serum. Now, for those of you who don't quite understand how this sound works, the way it works is because FM stands for those who don't know, frequency modulation. So when you take, let's say here, you got a sine wave here. When you take the waveform of the other oscillator and you modulate, you're basically modulating the pitch of that oscillator in the shape of the waveform. And it's just going back and forth and back and forth. And it's just, and at, different pitches that, that oscillator is at, it's going to make it move faster and faster. And that's why here on the sub oscillator, the reason why we have it, 3 octaves down is that creates that kind of, that really kind of like wobbly little effect, anyway. I'm sure you understand what I mean. That's probably a terrible, terrible explanation. I'm not good at this technical stuff. That's basically how that sound works. And it makes sense. You're not using any actual pitch modulation with like the LFO or anything. You're just using FM, strictly FM, and it makes that kind of sound. All right, so let's make that sound now. Let's make it inside of Vital, okay? All right, so first of all, we're gonna make sure that we're on basic shapes for all 3 oscillators, and we're gonna turn the level all the way down, and then we're gonna change this to a triangle wave, and we're gonna change this to a square wave. Okay, cool. So then phase randomization all the way down to 0. And then now let's change the pitch amounts. So 24 semitones. And then this we're going to put down 3 octaves. So 3, that's 36 semitones. So on oscillator 1, we do FM to oscillator 2. And on oscillator 2, we do FM to oscillator 3. And then we're going to put it around the same kind of percentage that was inside of Serum. Okay, let's listen to what this sounds like. What the fuck is that? That is not FM. I am not gonna sit here and try to complain that, I know how VSTs work and I know how to code VSTs. I don't. I know nothing about that crap. But that is not FM. There is something going on under the hood that is not right. I know you can make more kind of synths in Vital other than just FM-based synths. I get it. But when your FM doesn't do real FM, and your favorite way to make sounds in synths is through FM, this is just a deal breaker for me. That sounds like crap. You go into the advanced section over here, high res wavetable, you maybe you take the oversampling up, doesn't change a fucking thing. It's really infuriating. And again, I know that you can make more sounds inside of Vital other than just FM sounds, but I'm telling you, this is really annoying. It makes it so that every time you use FM, when you're trying to make it sound, it just makes it sound like nails on a chalkboard. It doesn't sound good. It sounds really, really bad. And I really, really don't frigging like it. Now, that was just the cherry on top for me. There are some other things with Vital that I am also not a big fan of, mostly to do with the effects section. First of all, none of these effects are intrinsically unique. If you're going to compare this to Serum, saying it's better than Serum, there's got to be something in here that's actually more unique than Serum. I'm sorry, but none of it is really that different. The reverb's kind of cool, I'll admit it, but at the end of the day, it's just a fucking reverb. I don't even use reverb inside of synths. I'm always using reverb in sends or just with external plugins because reverb inside of a synth usually just does not sound as good as using a separate VST. Second, the distortion. There are only these are the only kind of distortion modes you get. No tube distortion, no saturation, no tape distortion, no overdrive, soft clip, hard clip. I mean, yeah, those are pretty basic, but linear fold, sine fold, bit crush, and downsampling are just the most over the top kinds of distortion you can get. There's like no in between. I just want one other kind of, nice kind of saturation waveform. Maybe even you know what would be unique? Make it a fucking wave shaper. They don't have anything more than this. And, not that it's a huge deal, but it definitely doesn't impress me. Now, another thing that really grinds my gears is the compressor. Okay, I get what they're trying to do here. They're trying to do an OTT kind of thing. That makes sense. But you want to know what my biggest problem is? There's no output gain. There's no single knob that you can turn to use for makeup gain. They don't have it. Why? I don't know. And it really bugs me because what ends up happening is that I have to take the distortion and put it after the compressor to use it as the makeup gain, which really bugs me. There really should be an output gain knob. Now, other than that, I gotta say, there really isn't that much more about Vital that is, again, intrinsically unique. People say constantly that it's better than Serum, and it's just like, why? Because it's free? I think that's the reason. I don't know if people are going to disagree with me on this, and I don't know if this is a really stupid opinion to have, but sometimes I feel like the reason why people like Vital so much is because, one, it's new, and two, it's free. People go crazy over free shit, and I don't blame them, but when something is not as impressive as the paid version, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna choose the free version. I'm telling you, if you're new to music production and you want to use free stuff, you're on a budget, you don't really want to spend a whole lot of money, go for Vital. It's not that big of a deal. It can make some cool sounds. I know it can. I've heard the cool sounds. That being said, if you can spend the money, buy Serum, buy Phase Plant, buy Current, buy something other than Vital, because I'm telling you, it's not that impressive of a synth, and it really doesn't do that much more than any other synth that I've seen. It has its qualities, I admit it, but in the grand scheme of things, the quality of the sound is just not there. And I'm telling you, I am tired of seeing people drool over this thing because, again, it's not that impressive. It's not that mind-blowing. It's cool that it's free. If you're on a budget, go right ahead. Be my fucking guest. But I'm telling you, if you have the money, don't waste your time with it. This is not that good of a synth. No offense, of course, to the creator of Vital. I know this is maybe kind of a heated video. I do think it's a good synth. I don't actually think it's garbage. If anything, the thumbnail of this video is going to be very clickbaity, and, I do apologize. Actually, I kind of think it's quite funny if people get riled up over this. It's really just kind of a really stupid opinion. I don't really care if you disagree with me. This is just what I think. And maybe my mind will change. Again, maybe I should be giving Vital more of a chance, but I have been using it pretty much since it came out, and I'm telling you, I have never liked the sounds that I've made from it more than I've liked sounds that I've made from other synths. It's just not doing it for me, and you cannot convince me that this synth is better than Serum. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. For those who stuck around to the end, thank you so much for listening to my opinion. I hope to make more videos in 2025. I'm doing my best, but time is a big issue right now, but I'm going to stop making excuses. I really want to build up my audience this year, and I'm going to release music no matter what I think, whether or not it sounds good or not. I'm just going to fucking release it. Anyway, thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.